friends, Courtney here from the Office of Student Involvement. Today I am joining you from the 11th floor of the DePaul Center. If you didn't know, we've got a beautiful outdoor terrace. If you can see it right there overlooking what I will forever call the Sears Tower, but my Chicago quarter team was out and about in the city and it was more convenient for me to get to the Loop campus today. But I'm excited for this second episode of Get to Know DePaul. Today I'm joined by Tom from the Office of New Student and Family Engagement. So Tom, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Courtney. Glad to be here with you.
Yeah. So, Tom, how about you kick it off? Just tell us a little bit about you and about what NSFE does here at DePaul.
Sure. Well, welcome. I'm so glad to be here. My name is Tom Menchofer. I use he, him, and his pronouns. I'm fortunate enough to serve as the director of the Office of New Student and Family Engagement here at DePaul. I've been here for 12 years, and so I've spent a lot of time working with first-year students. Our goal in NSFE is to help create onboarding and transition experiences that allow students to be successful in their first year on campus, whether they're transfers, whether they're new freshmen, or whether you are re-entering here for the first time, maybe as sophomores this year, but not been to campus. We've been working on programs for you. So that includes orientation programs. For those of you that are joining us now, you've gone through a series of online or virtual orientation experiences. Some of you may have attended Blue Debut here in the month of August, earlier in this month. And then we also help coordinate the Chicago Quarter program and Blue Demon Welcome, which is kind of a moving, changing event this year, but essentially serves as our new student convocation here at DePaul.
That's great. Well, and, you know, a lot of our students that are probably watching, they may be either watching this live if their Chicago quarter class got out early, or, you know, perhaps they're, you know, not doing Discover, they're checking out Explore. But Tom, can you talk a little bit more about Chicago quarter in particular and how students, like what their week will look like this week if they're doing Discover, what it'll look like during fall quarter if they're doing Explore, and then, you know, if there's opportunities after their first year for them to be engaged with that program as well.
Absolutely. Yes. If you're a Discover student watching this, I hope you've had a great couple of days of class. Hopefully the weather has been allowing us to get out and enjoy this city, travel by train. If you are an Explore student, you've got some really exciting things coming up, and hopefully you can also be seeing what your fellow colleagues and classmates are doing on the social media platforms in the Immersion Week. The way Discover works, obviously, for those of you that are in it, it is this week-long immersive experience, and you will then continue on in the classroom the first 7 weeks of the class. And for you Explore students, your excitement starts next week on the first day of classes on the 8th of September, and you'll be with us for the entire quarter. You have met or will meet your Chicago Quarter mentor, which is a great student who is really passionate about helping support you and guide you through this first quarter on campus. And our team works to hire and select all of those Chicago Quarter mentors. So one of the ways that you could potentially engage with our department and with the Chicago Quarter program specifically in the future is by applying and interviewing to be a Chicago Quarter peer mentor in fall of 2022.
Yeah, and I'll say I've worked at DePaul now for 6 years. 5 of those 6, I've had the opportunity to work with Chicago Quarter, and you know, it is a spectacular experience. I think I would particularly, you know, for our students who did their classes remote last year, you still can join in too. You know, if you are a new to campus student, this is not just something that first year students can apply for. It is something that juniors, seniors, even there's opportunities for graduate students. So if you're looking for that opportunity to get involved and to truly, honestly give back to your community a little bit, Chicago Quarter is one of the absolute best ways that you can do that. So I really would encourage you to check that out too. So,
thanks, Courtney.
Oh yeah, always giving the plugs, right? So one of the other things, Tom, you mentioned that I want us to talk about for a minute is Blue Demon Welcome. So I know you talked a little bit about how we're pivoting, but for our students, so if you were new in the fall back in 2019, you might remember an event down at Wintrust Arena. That was the academic welcome. Well, it's going to look a little bit different this year. We're going to have a 2-day event in Lincoln Park on Tuesday, September 7th, and Wednesday, September 8th, in Lincoln Park from noon to 7. And then it's going to be in the Loop on Wednesday, September 8th from noon to 7. And that is going to be your full academic welcome. And I'm going to tap Tom here in a second to talk about what that part of the event means. But it's also going to be this really great place where you can come and celebrate being a Blue Demon for the first time. We're going to have t-shirts, class of tents. In Lincoln Park, there's going to be a Ferris wheel. There's going to be all sorts of different things. But one of the most important things is that academic welcome. So, Tom, I'm going to tap you to talk about that a little bit here.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, we're excited about this new model of welcoming students. We know that this is not the year to have thousands of students sitting side by side, shoulder to shoulder, quite yet. And so in the future, that may return. But this year, we're going to be outside. We're going to have lots of exciting events, opportunities to meet one another. And then we're going to use some video material to introduce you to some of the important academic leaders that are here on campus, hear from them, hear how excited they are to have you back on campus and their words of welcome as you get ready to start this journey. We really want to mark this day of September 8th as the first day of your courses. Discover obviously has a few days before that, but for the remainder of our students, our continuing students, and then our Explore first year students, September 8th is a significant milestone, and we want to mark that milestone by these events and welcome you into the academic arena of DePaul.
That's great. Thanks for that, Tom. Absolutely. So, I know that there's students might have questions. They may have questions about Discover, Explore, just about their first year in general. How can they stay connected with NSCP throughout this quarter?
Yeah, absolutely. First, we're situated in Lincoln Park in the Student Center. We're up in Suite 304 in the corner of the 3rd floor. So you are always welcome to come by, stop by our office. We've got a really great team. We love to meet new students. We love to meet continuing students as well. So if you are feeling lost or you have questions, you don't know where to start, please feel free to stop by Suite 304 in the Lincoln Park Student Center. If you're not on campus or if you're on the Loop campus, you can also contact us by phone or by email. Our email is scrolling across the bottom here at nsfe@depaul.edu. And we will make sure that if you don't know where to direct your questions, we will get you connected to the right folks on campus. There are lots of people that are excited about you being here, and we'll make sure that you get into the hands of those that can help care for you.
Great. Thanks for that, Tom. And speaking of questions, if you have any questions during today's session, whether you're watching live or you're watching the video on demand, feel free to post them in the comments on whatever platform you're on. We'll get notifications of all of those. And if we don't answer them during today's session, we'll be sure to comment and get those answered for you as soon as we see them. But Tom, as we round out our time here together, just curious if you have any advice for our students that might be either new students at DePaul or new to campus this fall.
Sure, absolutely. I spent a lot of time talking to first year students, and I think about my first year transition a lot whenever this was 25 years ago. But what I wish I would have known back then was that there is plenty of time and there's plenty of space to figure out your path at college. Transition is a really tricky thing. It is exciting, it is overwhelming, it is frightening, it is exciting again. And so take the opportunity this fall to get to know a couple of folks on this campus, whether it's a peer, whether it's a faculty member, whether it's a couple of key staff members. Find your people. There was a woman named Susan that was my person that got me through my 4 years of undergraduate study. There were often times that I went to her and I didn't even know the questions I had. I just know that I was struggling and I needed someone to talk to. And so do everything in your power to find one or two individuals who can be your people, your Susan on this campus, and build a relationship that allows you to trust them and to lean on them whenever you need support. There are amazing things to do at DePaul. There are amazing people here, and we all want you to be successful and know that you have the tools to do so. And we're happy to help guide you to find that success whenever we can.
Tom, that is absolutely spectacular advice. I think finding that person, finding a mentor is one of the most things that you can do. And here at DePaul, we talk a lot about our Vincentian values. And one of the things that we talk about is Vincentian personalism as part of that. So when Tom's talking about this, the one thing I would add is we want to build that relationship. That is part of us creating a personalized experience for you. So if you know no one else, come and talk to me and Tom. We will help you get connected. We are committed to helping you through that. But Tom, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. I really appreciate it. And I'm sure our students do too. Students, if you haven't yet had a chance to check into today's event, make sure to either scan the QR code that's pictured here on the screen or click that link in the comments to get registered through DHub. We're giving away DePaul branded tiles. So if you're like me and you oftentimes lose your keys, you can scan in for your chance to win one of those. I don't have one with me today, but I promise I'll have one. I had one in yesterday's Res Ed and housing session, and I'll have it again tomorrow when I'm back at my office. But be sure to scan in or click that button. It's super simple. Then tonight, just also a friendly reminder, we are continuing Welcome Week activities. So you can see the full schedule of events at welcomeweek.depaul.edu. But tonight, we've specifically got Fitness on the Quad, and it'll be taking place, obviously, on the Quad, I think from about 4 to 7 p.m. So head out there, get to know some new folks as well. The rest of the week, we've got Crafts for Your Crib tomorrow night. We've got Bumper Cars in the Stew on Thursday, and then we've got a game night on Friday night back in the Lincoln Park Student Center. But until next time, we hope you all stay safe. And that you continue to enjoy this first week of Welcome Week and discover Chicago. But until next time, we hope you stay well. Bye-bye, Blue Demons.